Before she joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby had already proven herself a force to be reckoned with in big-budget action films. While many fans first knew her as Princess Margaret in The Crown, Kirby's role in Fast and Furious Presence, Hobbs and Shaw showed she could trade royal courts for high-octane chaos with ease and steal every scene while doing it. As Hattie Shaw, Kirby brought a mix of intelligence, charisma, and emotional depth that not only matched but sometimes outshone her more seasoned co-stars, Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson. At first glance, Hobbs and Shaw is about two testosterone-fueled rivals who are forced to work together. But the real heart of the film lies with Hattie. She isn't just a plot device or a tag-along, she's the narrative glue holding everything together. Without her, the reluctant alliance between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw would never have happened. Hattie was the ticking clock, the emotional tether, and the moral compass rolled into one, bringing urgency and humanity to a story that could have easily been lost in its own explosions. The plot revolves around Hattie injecting herself with a deadly programmable virus to keep it out of terrorist hands. Pursued by both enemies and allies who don't fully understand her situation, she becomes the target of a global manhunt. Her decision forces Hobbs and Shaw, who can barely stand the sight of each other, to team up for her sake. For Hobbs, it's a matter of saving the world. For Shaw, it's personal. And for the audience, it's the perfect setup for Kirby to shine. As an MI6 agent, Hattie is no damsel in distress. She handles herself in fights, escapes complex situations, and always seems one step ahead of the chaos. Kirby plays her with a confidence that never feels forced, balancing physical strength with vulnerability. Hattie is tough, but not emotionally closed off. She's sharp-witted, sarcastic, and unafraid to throw verbal punches alongside the literal ones. Her chemistry with both male leads is electric. With Hobbs, there's a flirtatious dynamic that never overshadows her independence. With her brother, there's tension rooted in past grievances, but also a shared sense of loyalty that eventually softens into reconciliation. Kirby handles these layered relationships with skill, anchoring the movie's emotional core while never letting up on the action front. What makes Hattie such a standout isn't just her role in the plot, it's how Kirby infuses her with dimension. She's heroic, but not invincible. She's brave, but not reckless. And in a franchise where characters often lean into caricature, Kirby gives us someone who feels grounded, real, and refreshingly human. Her portrayal makes you believe Hattie could hold her own not only in this movie, but in her own spin-off if the studio were bold enough to make one. In a film where the leads are constantly trying to out-macho each other, it's Vanessa Kirby's performance that brings balance, substance, and unexpected heart. Hobbs and Shaw may have been sold as a two-hander, but it quietly became a three-lead movie, and Kirby was the X factor that made the whole thing work. Without Hattie Shaw, there's no emotional hook, no believable partnership, no compelling reason for Hobbs and Shaw to set aside their grudges. With her, the movie gains focus, emotional stakes, and a clear reason to care. Kirby didn't just hold her own. She elevated Hobbs and Shaw from just another action flick into something far more satisfying.